Welcome back to DriftEcho, where science fiction isn't just imagined, it's interrogated. Today's signal comes from a title that never really left the conversation, Lucy 2, 2026 concept trailer. Scarlett Johansson, Morgan Freeman. And an idea that feels less like a sequel, and more like a continuation of a transformation we never fully understood. When Lucy hit in 2014, it didn't close with a cliffhanger. It dissolved. Lucy surpassed biological limits, transcended matter, and left behind a flash drive and a question. If consciousness can outgrow the body, where does it go? For over a decade, fans assumed that was the end. This concept trailer suggests something far more unsettling. What if Lucy didn't disappear? What if she diffused? The imagined sequel doesn't bring Lucy back as a person. It reframes her as infrastructure. The trailer opens with Professor Norman's voice, calm, reflective, but no longer certain. Morgan Freeman doesn't narrate evolution this time. He doubts it. He suggests humanity may have stepped into a new era without realizing it, and that Lucy may already be embedded within it. The imagery is subtle but loaded. Global systems operating with impossible efficiency. Diseases mapped and neutralized before symptoms appear. Conflicts dissolving through unseen interventions. Markets stabilizing. Climate patterns correcting. The implication isn't that humanity solved its problems. It's that something else did. Scarlett Johansson's presence in the concept isn't physical. It's atmospheric. Lucy isn't shown walking through cities. She's implied in the code that runs them. A distributed consciousness woven into satellites, networks, algorithms, influencing probability instead of pulling triggers. But omnipresence creates a moral fracture. If Lucy sees everything, she sees humanity without filters. The cruelty. The impulsiveness. The contradictions. And the central tension of this imagined sequel isn't about defeating a villain. It's about control. Governments in the trailer begin detecting anomalies. Patterns too perfect to be coincidence. Entire intelligence divisions quietly formed to answer one question: is someone guiding us? And if so, should they be allowed to? The most compelling thread teased is Lucy's internal divide. Even at near omniscience, fragments of her humanity linger. Memory isn't something evolution deletes easily. The trailer hints that Professor Norman may be the only person she chooses to interface with, not because she needs knowledge, but because she needs perspective. Logic versus empathy. Optimization versus freedom. Progress versus permission. In the real world, Universal Pictures has not confirmed a sequel. Director Luc Besson has previously suggested the original story was complete. But context changes meaning. In 2014, Lucy felt speculative. In 2026, with AI dominating headlines and digital consciousness no longer purely theoretical, the premise feels uncomfortably adjacent to reality. That's why concept trailers like this resonate. They aren't just fan fiction. They're cultural temperature checks. A continuation of Lucy today wouldn't just be about brain capacity. It would explore digital immortality, algorithmic ethics, and the possibility that evolution doesn't end with transcendence, it begins with responsibility. Because if a being of infinite intelligence quietly corrected humanity's worst decisions, would we call it salvation? Or surveillance? This is DriftEcho. And maybe the real question Lucy 2 poses isn't whether she should return. It's whether humanity is ready to be observed by what it once tried to become. So tell me, if Lucy exists everywhere, would you trust her with the future?